Hey guys, it's Hardy here, and today we're going to be looking at one of these little Pokemon tins. Now, here in the UK, if you've been out into supermarkets, game, and a bunch of other places, primarily supermarkets, you would have probably noticed an abundance of these tins lately. Excuse me, I'm still ill, like everybody else in the UK. And I'm going to find out if what you get in here is worth it. It cost me £10, and I believe you only get 2 boosters in there, so it's not a lot, right? And there is a massive Pokemon drought going on at the moment. If you go anywhere locally, you just can't seem to get hold of anything, but I keep finding these tins absolutely everywhere I go. So we're going to open them up and kind of talk about maybe some of the places you can get Pokemon in the UK, especially. Because today I went out and checked a few places, and now I know that they do Pokemon cards and things like that. In the future, I'll be checking these places more often, but we'll go into that in a minute. But we'll open up this tin, talk about if this tin's worth it, or is it just worth waiting and saving your money and then getting lucky, or going online and buying it, because it might just be worth saving your money than spending £10 on a tin and getting 2. But let me get this open up and then we'll have a little look. I'll be with you in a second. Cool, pack opened. Actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be quite hard work, so I thought I'd cut that bit out, but it took me about 4 seconds. Never mind. Cool, so security on that Pokemon stuff, as you'd imagine. Nice little tin. Now, look, the pros and cons is, for 2 packs, is it worth £10? So, we've got a Paradox Rift and an Obsidian Flames. Now, I actually know that these seem to be the 2 packs you get hold of quite a bit in these tins. Obsidian Flame seems to be a decent pack, and I'll put the prices up what they go for at the moment, and I think for the Obsidian Flames it's an okay value. However, for the Paradox Rift, if you were to buy these separately, yeah, you're probably spending nearly £10. So I don't think you're getting ripped off, but I don't think you're getting a good deal. And my big issue is, how many tins are you going to want to collect, right? Don't get me wrong, like 1 or 2 tins is handy. If you play the game, it might be a nice little tin for you to keep stuff in, but you're not going to have an abundance. They are nice tins, and you might want to keep 1 or 2 sealed maybe, but I just don't think there's a massive, market for them. But I am new, so I don't really know. When I went to, I bought these in Sainsbury's. I really wanted to buy a bunch, right? But I thought, let's not become one of those guys. So I bought just 1, and getting just 2 packs. When you go, you want to open up a few packs, right? But 2 will do for today. So as I'm opening these packs, we'll see if we get lucky, because I am, as you're well aware, I will be collecting Obsidian Flames going forward. Paradox Rift, I'm not super set on, and that might change because it might be the only packs I can buy. But we'll see. Well, actually, we'll open up the Paradox Rift. Give me just 1 second. I've got a cough a bunch. We're back. I didn't want to just be coughing on camera for you guys. Don't want to hear that. But some of the places I ended up going today to look for Pokemon cards is, I went to Sainsbury's because they're normally pretty good. I'll show you that in a second. I actually went to the Range and B&M, 2 places that actually do sell Pokemon cards. However, the 2 places I went, the Range and B&M, didn't have any in stock, but now I know that they do. I will be checking them in the future, because that's another couple of places. The more places you can, that it will sell Pokemon, the better, right? It gives you more opportunity. You have to bear with me because my camera bit, the way I've got it recording now, this middle bit on my screen, I can't actually see. So let's have a look what we pull on these cards. But yeah, there is a massive Pokemon drought going on, and it is becoming really hard to find anything. So when you do find a tin, like I have, you get excited and you want to buy them, and you think, well, is it really worth the money? Probably not. Look at the art on that. How cool is that? I like that. That's nice, that is. And I'll be honest, I don't really think, personally, it's worth buying the tins. Maybe buy 1 or 2 to get your fix, but I don't think it's going to be the way forwards with these. And I think that they've obviously ran out of major stock, and they're just kind of using these tins to maybe just as fillers for the time being. But if you're on the fence and you think, oh, do you know, I really want to get my Pokemon fix, I would honestly just say, personally, save your money. However, put down in the comments what you think. If you think these tins are worth it for £10, or do you think, you know what, maybe just wait it out and wait for the boosters and things to come back in stock. Another thing I want to know is, especially because I'm new to Pokemon collecting, guys, are there any other places in the UK that you can kind of walk in and go and check for Pokemon cards? If there are places, could you please share them down in the comments so everyone else will know, and it gives them an opportunity to get into the hobby and buy some stuff as well. Oh, nice. Cool. Nothing crazy in these packs. And that's the only problem, is just because only 2 packs at a time, you'll end up buying tin after tin after tin, and I just don't think it's going to be worth it, if I'm honest. £10 isn't a crazy amount. I think really for a tin, if I'm really honest with you, probably should be about £7.50, maybe £8 at best. 10 just seems a little bit, maybe £1 or 2 above what you want to spend. Lovely tins, don't get it wrong, but you just don't want like 20, 30 of these tins, do you, with 2 packs per one. So if you really want to get a tin, guys, maybe just buy one, see how you feel. But I would personally maybe just wait and see what comes in and just save your money, and not just try and get fixated on the buzz on trying to pull for these two. Because especially if you're not pulling these packs, my friend's opened 2 of these tins and he's had Obsidian Flame and Paradox Rift. So if you're an really avid collector on those particular ones and you can't seem to get them anywhere else, you might end up buying tins possibly. But if you're not, then I would just say, for now, just avoid, play the long game, wait. I know FOMO's killing everyone right now, but keep the money in your pocket. Things will get better slowly, but you know, it's Pokemon. It's very popular at the moment, as I'm feeling it as well. It's a bit of a drought at the moment. So I'll put some of the places here that I've been to and that I'm aware that sells Pokemon. But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you're doing in this period of time. Like, what is your plan of action if you're new? You know, for me, because I'm new, I want to get really into it, but it's almost a blessing because I'm not having to spend lots of money because I can't get hold of anything, and I'm not willing to pay, you know, scalper prices for things at the moment. But if you're an avid collector and you've been collecting a while, what have you done in the past when there's been a bit of a Pokemon drought? You know, is there any tips you've been doing? Do you just kind of like sort through your catalogue? You know, are you one of the people that do buy and pay a little extra? It'd be nice to hear what you guys think. But yeah, you know, I'll probably give this a 3 out of 5 in terms of a rating. Lovely tin. The value's not crazy. I don't feel like I'm being mega ripped off, but I don't feel like I'm getting too much at the same time. So there are worse purchases, but not worth it if you're not collecting either Obsidian Flame or Paradox Rift. I would just avoid this. And if you are, maybe at a push you want to buy them, but you're only getting 2 packs for a tenner. Yeah, 3 out of 5 I think is probably middle of the road. That's kind of where I would sit with them. So anyway, guys, thanks for your time today. It's only a small video, nothing crazy today, but I thought I'll share with you what I found. And you know, every time I go into any supermarket, especially Sainsbury's right now, because I've got quite a few around me, they're just everywhere. And if you were on the fence and you didn't know what was in them, well, now you know, and then you can make up your mind if it's worth it. As always, guys, like and subscribe if you like the content, and I shall catch you in the next one. See you later.